Resident Evil 7 came out back in 2017 on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and for its time, the graphics looked amazing. But the VR mode on the original PSVR was a bit of a disappointment. The visuals were significantly scaled back. Everything had kinda a washed out look and it suffered from jagged edges. Not to mention, using the Move controllers was a horrible experience, as they'd often lose tracking detection, and using the DualShock 4 was just not a fun way to play the game in VR at all. Fast forward a bit and Resident Evil Village came out back in 2021 and was the best looking Resident Evil game ever. With the power of the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X pushing lifelike graphics, ray tracing, and running at 4K 60 frames per second, Resident Evil Village truly is graphical perfection. And with the launch of the PSVR2, Capcom has released a patch to be able to play the entire game in breathtaking VR. And it looks absolutely gorgeous.
What is with the creepy story? She's only 6 months old.
Woman at the store said it was traditional. A local tale. Besides, Rose doesn't seem to mind.
Because she doesn't understand it. Thank God. We moved here so that she wouldn't have to deal with any of that, remember?
There's nothing wrong with my memory.
It feels like Capcom literally designed this game with VR in mind. It just works so wonderfully, especially with the new Sense controllers that are so much easier to use for navigation, fighting, and shooting. I've never once lost tracking. I like how I can use one hand to open my jacket, then grab my flashlight out with my other hand. Or I can reach up on my left arm's wrist to pull out my knife. Reach down on my belt to pull out my pistol, and to reload, I just press the circle button to eject the magazine, reach down and pull out another magazine from my ammo pouch, slap it in, cock it back, and I'm ready for action. Reach behind me and I can pull out my shotgun. The guns use adaptive triggers, making it feel like you are actually pulling a gun's trigger, and haptic feedback as well. When you shoot the shotgun, you'll feel a little thump on your head from its kickback. This really adds to the game's immersion, making it feel like you're Ethan Hunt experiencing all of this. Graphically, the game looks amazing on PSVR 2. Far better than RE7 on the original PSVR ever did. It's running at 60 frames per second. However, head movement is tracked at 120 Hz, so the experience feels very fluid. The game's eye-tracked foveated rendering, which is where essentially the game renders at much higher resolution wherever you're looking, cutting resolution elsewhere to compensate, works brilliantly, making the game vastly sharper. And it helps that Sony used OLED screens because the dark scenes look truly dark with rich, deep blacks, and colors look extremely clear and crisp with HDR, especially the bright scenes. Candles flickering and fire look even more realistic, I think, because of the HDR. However, to make all this work in VR, they did have to cut back on a lot. Compared to the 2D version of the game, they had to cut back on the resolution. This is because of the wider field of view demanded by VR. However, you won't really notice much while playing due to the eye tracking, making the graphics higher resolution wherever you look. There is no ray tracing, but lighting looks really good anyways with the help of HDR. There is some noticeable specular aliasing in certain scenes, which creates some shimmering and flickering on bright edges, but this is barely noticeable throughout the game. Despite all this, Resident Evil Village's graphics in VR look fantastic and stand out as some of the best graphics we've seen yet on the PSVR2. But something else that really stands out about this game is the 3D audio. Holy crap, is it good! You'll hear things all around you, like monsters creeping up behind or beside you, far off screams into the distance, and even sounds above and below you. The audio in this game is top notch, and you're guaranteed to have some very scary moments. Like at the beginning of the game, walking down the snowy path with all the dead crows hanging from ropes, and as you come close to one, it's still alive and starts flapping violently with loud screams. It literally made me jump and almost piss myself. Overall, Resident Evil Village on PSVR2 is a creepy yet fun horror experience with such great graphics and sound, you'll feel like you're actually part of the game. Definitely check it out. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to click that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and smash that little bell icon to get notified when I upload more videos. More videos will be coming soon. Thanks for watching.